Hey Oscar, this is John, West Coast Connects. We reached out last week, spoke with the office, promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and quick. Just want to show you 3 tips that you could do to, get more traffic online and build up that customer base. So with that, let me get started. Your website looks really well put together. A lot of good images. You have great, see your badges here. All that's great. The areas you served, which is fantastic. Usually these are hyperlinked to back pages. I definitely would recommend getting back pages for these particular areas, or most of them, whichever ones have traffic, and that's just some research there. You have your form submit, which is great. Typically you want a form submit up at the top as well, but that's nitpicking. You guys are, your website looks really, really well put together. The one thing I would say is that there's not a ton of content here, and specifically buyer intent keywords, right? Like professional roofers in Houston is a keyword, but there's not going to be much traffic there. And looking at your site, your site's massive. To have almost 4,000 referring domains is crazy. The only thing I would say is that from, the end of July to the beginning of August, all of a sudden you went from, 200 uh, referring domains to 4,000, which looks like, you know, for Google that looks a little iffy and a little bottish. So you really don't want, a ton of those. Like you really don't want a growth like this. To be honest, it is helping you. It did bump you up a little bit, but if I show you some of the things that like, uh, some of the companies that are beating you out, with how strong your site is versus theirs, you see what I'm talking about. But I do some search in Houston, 14,000 searches a month for roofing within that, within Houston. Katy, there's 2,000. I believe this is Pearland. I think there was like 800 here at Pearland. Um, and League City for 460. Cyprus, there's some in Cyprus. I just didn't look at Cyprus, and you can go on down the list, right? The Woodlands, Spring, on and on and on. There's traffic there that you could potentially go after. But say I wanted to rank for roofing companies Phoenix, or not Phoenix, roofing companies Houston, and I'm sure you're ranking. I'm sure it's there. Roofing companies Houston right here. You're at the top of the third page. And if you look at, you're at the top of the second page for a lot of them. Roof replacement Houston, you're on the third spot. Flat roof replacement, you're on the fourth spot. But as you can see here, not a ton of traffic there. All the big stuff, the 600 and the 300 and the 700 and the 250, you're just kind of too far down to get a lot of traffic there. Um, but if I wanted to rank for, let's say roofing companies Houston, right? Lots of volume there. That would probably be my heading. Instead of professional roofers in Houston, it would be roofing companies Houston. And then I would have it within my text somewhere. I would save an image as that keyword. And then when Google crawls your site, they see that you have those keywords verbatim within your content. And it allows you to rank faster, more efficiently, you know, uh, with those keywords verbatim within my content, So content is super important, definitely something you have there. And having those keywords in your headings is important because it's like those outlines we used to do in high school, college, right? That the headings are important and the information underneath validates those headings. So really important to have those keywords within your content. It allows you to rank faster and more efficiently with them. So that would be my first tip. My second tip would just be to continue to build and grow this Google business profile. So, what a lot of people don't understand is how incredibly useful of a tool these are. And, when people search, they search differently. And some people click on the first thing they see, which is a great reason to run ads. Some people go down to these map pack, and I've seen them pull up to 40% in greater in traffic, and I've even seen them outdo the organics. So if you're ranking number one here, and number one organically, you're going to pull in as much traffic as possible. But how you build these up, more reviews is one way. Just continue to get 5-star reviews. If you can get one a week, you're going to average 52 a year. If you can get two a week, you're in the 100 realm a year. So just continue to build and grow these reviews up. Naturally and organically is the best way. There are services out there, but the best way is just to get them from your clients. All this information needs to be consistent throughout the web. So if your Yelp page, for instance, as an example, showed that you were, open from 8 to 6, and your website said that you were open 24 hours, like that inconsistency, Google doesn't like. They want to see that the same information that they get from your Yelp page and your website and your Google business profile all matches, because they don't want people getting the different information for different searches. So that consistency is super important. You also want to save photos as specific keywords. So again, if I'm wanting to, rank for this roofing company's uh, in Houston keyword, right? I would save a photo as that, and I would geotag it as well. So if I geotagged it for this location, for instance, Google will feel that you did the roof in that area. And it just helps you build, and this Google business profile kind of builds out like a flower kind of blossoms. So really important to get that going. Last but not least, I would honestly, I would go after sites that are going to help you, and I might even drop some of these referring domains. I think, if you can get across as looking more organic, I think it'll help. I'd have to really go through all these domains and see how much of them are spam links, and some of them, they might all be good. It's just a lot of times Google will ding you if you do too much at one time. Looking at your competition, just to show you, Bronze Roofing, they're ranking number one. They're ranking really high for this keyword. I think the number one outside of a directory. And as you can see here, they don't even have anywhere near the amount of referring domains, and their site's not as strong, but it's organic, right? Like, as you can see here, they went down, they came up, they had a big jump here in January when they went from 64 to 187, 188. But they went up, and then they're going back down. So as you can see, like, you want those hills, and you want those ups and downs because it looks natural. I wouldn't have this much of a growth either. You want a little bit of a growth, and then a drop, and then little bit of a growth and a drop, but just keep going up and up and up. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, need more information. My contact information is in the email. I also have a link to our Google Calendar where you can schedule some time to talk to myself or my business partner, Jackie. Jackie's in Tomball, actually. So, right there. And I hope this has been, like I said, helpful. And have a great day, and God bless.